First of all, I'd like to thank Mark for suggesting for me to check the boost function. That's what it was. Mark, I got to thank you. You saved me possibly getting suckered by a bike repair shop on replacing the hall sensors on the motors. So that's what I thought it was. I thought my hall sensors were gone. So I had the boost function turned on. You know, I'm new to the e-bikes, guys. I have a chopper, which I'm going to show you, all you guys and gals that are new to the channel that come here from the e-bike world. I'm going to show you the chopper here in a minute. But this channel it's primarily a motorcycle channel. It's an American-made motorcycle channel. Mark suggested for me, he went through the same thing. He had his boost function on. I had my boost function on. I turned it off. Bike's fast as grease lightning. So I had it. I think there's a hack where I can get it to go up to the 43-mile-an-hour mark. I had it up to 29 miles an hour here. So everything's cool. I apologized to Jesse from Eahora. I basically told him what I just told you guys. This problem was all on my part. Operator error. So, all right, let me show you. Then I'll show you the chopper. Where's my functions, guys? My stop functions. Oh, here it is. I couldn't see it. It was like it was like in the sky. I couldn't see it. Okay, so we have our rear motor turned on, and I have it on 0. So, you know, you guys can set these settings for it to have power in all of these settings. So let's lift it off the rear wheel here. We're going to give it the throttle. There we go. 57 miles an hour with no load. Pedal assist 1. Now, let's bring it into information here. First, let's turn our light off. Okay. Let's see what we have our settings at. Now, the magnetic, speed magnetic should be on 6. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that. So with the speed sensor should be on 6. Now we're going to go to the PWM setting. I have mine on 5 gears with a 0. Okay, 0, I have it set on 130%. You know, you can, and that's actually 50 right there. You know what? Maybe I'll put that on 100%. Because 0 is almost like an automatic. Pedal assist is 50. 1 is 75. 2 is 97. 3 is 120. 4 is 144. And 5 is 250, which is 100%. So that's all we need to do right there. So 0 is 100%. So let's hit it again, full throttle. First, let me operate the throttle a little bit. Okay, I got it just cracked open a little more. Okay, let's give it full throttle. Mark, I gotta thank you. I gotta thank you, bro. You saved me a lot of headaches. Now, this is our chopper. Fat tire chopper, 300 millimeter rear tire. I'm gonna try to take this to work tonight. So, I did a lot of work to this, guys. I put a bigger cam in it. I put new lifters in it, new push rods in it. This has a new coil, LED light, new tires. I have a tire machine. I could do my own tires. Yeah, I'm going to try to take this to work tonight. So this is a big dog Ridgeback. So, she's cool. So, okay, guys, you see my little basket there. We have the rack and the basket. This is the basket and the rack alone. And then what they do is they give you an extension for the brake light. You mount the brake light back here. The basket and the rack alone, I think it's like $160 or $170. Because when I bought the bike, I bought the model that has this on it. And that was on back order. The bikes, it's a new model. It was basically first come, first serve. And these are on back order. I had to wait another month to get this. But that's a class 3 for all you out there that don't know. That's a class 3 electric bike, which is illegal to go on a road here in Pennsylvania. You can take it on a trail or off-road, but that's illegal on Pennsylvania roads because there's a hack to bring it up to over 40 miles an hour. That's got disc brakes on the front and back, and the disc brake fluid is mineral oil. I don't know if I would use anything but the mineral oil because it might blow the line out. Maybe they're not made for it. But those pads are tiny, boy. I'm gonna, you know what? Maybe what I'll do is I'll get me a couple sets of those pads. Well, they're making them because those pads aren't going to last very long at all. So it turns out that we don't have to crack open a crank box. You know, these kind of bikes, the e-bikes, the electric bikes, a lot of people that can no longer afford insurance for a car are turning to these to go to work and to go grocery shopping, or it's a second vehicle. And I think that's what's going to happen here in America, because the insurance is like my insurance on my Cadillac skyrocketed. And that's a 2013. It is financed, but that's a 2013 Cadillac, guys. And when I first got that, my insurance was $900 a year. Okay. My second year, I got the insurance. Actually, I first had Geico. Okay. My insurance with Geico was $900 a year. I've had the car for 3 years now. It's almost paid off. And the second year, Geico sent me a bill for $1,500. I said, they got to be crazy. They got to be crazy. So I went back to my old company, which is I have State Farm now. I have that through State Farm. And State Farm was $959. Then the second year or the third year I had the insurance with State Farm, they sent me a bill for 1,200. I think it was $1,250. So it went up like 250 some dollars, but maybe even $300. My insurance went up, and I don't have no speeding tickets, guys. I'm a real good driver. I have no wrecks, no speeding tickets, no tickets at all, not on a bike or in the car. So if you buy like a new SUV or a new truck, you're looking at over $2,000 a year insurance. Okay, you're looking at a lot of money just for insurance. You know, if you buy I was gonna trade that in for a Jeep Wrangler for a 4-door Jeep. The insurance would think was $2,200 a year through State Farm, and that's what a lot of people are doing. That's why a lot of people are driving like they're crazy, like they're crazier than all hell, because they're paying their mortgages are probably $2,000 a month. Their insurance for their SUV is like maybe maybe even $2,500 a month. You know, because State Farm is one of the lowest ones. A lot of people don't have State Farm, so that's why everyone's crazy. So a lot of people, they can no longer afford to have a car because the insurance is so much. There was a lady out in Ohio that I know her through YouTube, and that's what she told me. She this is the last year she didn't have a car because she can't afford insurance. So I told her, I said, why don't you buy an e-bike? Get an affordable electric bike, you know, because she lives in a trailer. She don't have much money. And I don't know if she did that or not, but a lot of people are turning to e-bikes. Now, I think what's going to happen is the lawmakers are going to figure it out. They're going to say, hey, these people are getting away without having a license, insurance, registration. So they're going to do, you mark my words, they're going to pass a law where you're going to have some kind of a registration for these e-bikes. They're going to get money somehow from the people that are struggling. You know, that's what's going to happen. Now the chopper here, I got the chopper through Ryder, which is Ryder was bought out by Plymouth Rock, and my insurance for 1 year, I think it's $278 for 12 months for the chopper. That's all it is. You know, that's just because I'm 62 years old and I haven't had an accident or a speeding ticket like the last 40 years. But even when I had my Hayabusa, I had the Hayabusa through Ryder, okay? And you guys know what a Hayabusa is. It's a very fast sports bike. My insurance for the Hayabusa was only 200 and some bucks a year for a Hayabusa. When I bought the Hayabusa, I got it through Newcastle Suzuki, and they're the ones that hit me to Ryder Insurance. You know, they said, you know, because I wanted the Hayabusa real bad, and I wasn't going to get it through Geico, which Geico wanted. I think it was like $1,700 a year for the insurance. And she said, no, wait a second, I got a better insurance for you. And she called up her insurance company, Ryder Insurance, and it was only $200 and some a year. And that bike I financed, the Hayabusa as well. That was financed, and it was still only that much money. So, guys, yeah, Mark, I got to thank you, man. I must have turned the boost on somehow when I was fiddling around with the controls. I had to turn it on. So apparently there's nothing wrong with the Romeo bike. And I got to apologize to Eahora. I'll put a link in the old video. And in case if they're getting a bad name from my old video, the link to this is going to be in the old video. That way there, you know, the fault's not theirs, guys. The fault was all mine. It was operator error because, you know, I'm new to these. And I didn't know what I was doing. Matter of fact, it wasn't for Mark suggesting me to turn my boost function off, I would have probably have took the cranks off and looked inside the crankcase, the pedal arm crankcase, and if I wouldn't have, I was prepared. If I didn't find anything wrong in there, I was going to take the bike down to a bike shop, and they would have probably, took advantage of my stupidity. They'd have probably took advantage of me. They'd have probably, what they'd have done? They'd say, you need 2 new motors, which they're like $400 a piece for those 52-volt motors. I think they're 1,200. I think they're 1,200 watt motors. They would have said, you need 2 new motors, so they'll make money off of the 2 motors, and they'll keep those. They'll say, oh, they're garbage, we threw them out. Meanwhile, there's nothing wrong with them, and they'll, in turn, they got 2 great motors as well. So I got my mortar, by the way, for my garage corner over there, guys. I got to finish that, man. I got to finish that, brother. I need that garage bad, boy. It's so cramped around here. I can't even turn around without bumping into something. So I got my mortar. Thursday, I'm going to try to finish that corner. I'm going to do a video with that Eahora, possibly. I don't know when, guys. I have a hard time finding any time to myself. But I live in outside of Pittsburgh. You know what Pittsburgh is? Anyone that's ever heard of Pittsburgh, we got a lot of hills around here. We got hills. We got nothing but hills. If you're living on a flat piece of property, you're either on top of a hill or you're living in a valley on the bottom of a hill. Like me, I live on a top of a hill. So my main drag over here has a slight grade. And then there's a couple roads here that they're not real steep, but they're a steeper grade. That's where I'm going to test that bike out on. If it can go up, the one hill I'm talking about is called LB. If that bike can go up LB, I'm going to do it with both motors going. If that bike can go up LB with me on it, I'm 290 pounds. If that can pull me up LB, case closed, hammer down.